fact, we stay in the province of Limpopo as the family of veteran actor Seputla Sebogodi is making the final preparations ahead of his funeral. Relatives, friends and members of the arts community have gathered at his home to pay their respects as well. So that's where we find Pimani Baloyi, who is at the Sebogodi family home with the very latest. And Pimani, good evening to you. And certainly it's really quite difficult to fathom that a man so grand, if one can even put it that way, as far as performing, you know, both on stage as well as on screen is concerned, and is no more. And listening to a lot of what was said in his memorial service, there is a lot of you know, memories to talk about as far as this man is concerned. Perhaps we talk about the very latest and who you've managed to cite as you are at that family homestead.
Good evening, Bongiwe, and good evening to our viewers. We're coming to you from the freezing cold Hamutapo village outside Polokwane, that about 30 kilometers from the town of Polokwane. Bongiwe, the mood is somber here at Hamutapo. As you mentioned, this is a veteran actor whom we know has netted 2 SAFTA awards. The first one in 2010 for his performance as Kenneth Mashaba on Generations, and the second one for his performance as Moses on The Republic. So this is somebody that is sorely missed, and South Africans, specifically from this village of Hamutapo, believe he still had a lot to offer to the acting industry in South Africa, the entertainment industry. Bongo, as we mentioned, there have been 2 memorial services. The last one was held today in Polokwane at the Jack Boras Hall, where the funeral service is also expected to get underway tomorrow morning at around 8 a.m. When we got to this family home, Bongo, at around 5 p.m., a small group of neighbors and relatives who had not gone to that memorial service were gathered here, staying there, waiting for those who had gone to the memorial service to come back. But one thing that they told us was that there was not going to be a night vigil tonight in this village. We have gathered that those night vigils don't necessarily happen anymore. But further, they told us that Mr. Sebogodi's coffin would not be coming back to this village to sleep here overnight ahead of that funeral service tomorrow. Bongo, it's just that it's at night, you won't be able to see behind me, but we actually standing in front of a household that we're told Mr. Sebogodi grew up in. We know he was born and bred in Atteridgeville in Pretoria, but this is where his parents lived, and we're told he would visit regularly. So there's actually 2 houses here. One, we're told it was actually his own homestead that he had built on his own, and the other one was his family homestead where he grew up with his siblings. But let me bring in his sister, somebody who knows him very well, somebody, his older sister, Mary Makau. Makau, thank you so much for your time. Memorial servicing mamotla emangnyana ke nonya go tseba di preparations tsa poloko go sasa di fihla kae
ba re ka bosane ka 7 o'clock ba tlo re tlotloga mo gae ra ya jackpot solo olela e hora re o tsanela kwa jackpot solo go tloga mo ra mabitleng a silicon
ke moratwa lena le gotse le yena le mo gopola bjang
ngwana bomma ke mo gopola ka tše dintšhwa tsa pelo ka botlhoko ge re le go gagana ka yena o na diela lo tše di botse a diela le bana ba ga ba lo tše di botse bjale kwa botlhoko ge re go gagana ka yena mosadi a dulang le yena a sa nyako go bolela le nna a dira dilo a le 1
le bolela ka go gagana batho ba bangwe ba tsebe ke gogano ya eng
a ba mpledisha rena ka se ga borena ge motho a tlhokofetse ba ga Sebogodi le ba ga Semenya re tshwanetse go nna mo fatshe re bolele gore poloko e sepela bjang re dira bjang re boloka kae mara nna polelo e a ke tsebe
o na le dipiko tša gore ba lelapa le be le thabela gore a bolokelewe mo gae ga Mothapo e fihla kae taba e o na le
ya pala le gana bjale ya pala ka gore re re neetse gore a ba mmoloke mara dipelo a di dumele gore a bolokwe silicon a ke dumele e pelo ka botlhoko batswadi ba ga ba robetse mo wena o ya silicon o ba le mang silicon le mosadi wa gagwe a ke tsebe
ba bangwe ba re go ka ba le o ya court le tsebang ka yona taba e
ke no e kwa mabare ba re go ka iwa court bjale nna ke tsebe mara nna tabe ba ka yang court gore Sebogodi a tlatle mo gae ke ema le bona nna
maikemišetšo a lena go sasa keng
ke ya go bona mo a biwang gona ene ke kgopela le gore ke nyoko mmona ka re since a tsamaya sanke ke mmone ene rena seko sa rena ga motho a robetse re a ra mmona mmoša re nna mara a ke tsebe sa ka ba re tla mmone
le bolela ka go mbona ke a tseba ka mehla le matšatši bo tlo khumana gore mmele wa gage go a boya wa robala mo gae le tseba o mo kae gana bjale
nna ke tsebe today ke bone di-hashe tša Leboa funeral di-family car tša Leboa funeral jaanong re tsebe re sa batla dumela re mmona goba re tla no bona le box a ke tsebe tomorrow mara I must go there.
Condolences go lena le ba leloko. Bongiwe, that is the heartbroken sister of Mr. Seputla Sebogodi, who's just telling us that tomorrow she's preparing to go to her younger brother's funeral. She says she actually grew up with him. He comes right after her, and as a family, they would have loved to have seen him. She says since his passing, they have not seen sight of him, and she's hopeful that perhaps tomorrow they will be given that opportunity to see him. She says she's not clear where his remains currently are right now, but their greatest wish and their greatest question is why is he being buried at the Silicon cemetery in Polokwane, because they would have loved for him to be buried in this village alongside his forefathers. But at this point in time, they are preparing to go to that funeral service tomorrow morning. They've been told that they should be there by 7 a.m. at the Jake Borders Hall. SABC News will also be there at that funeral service, bringing live coverage of that funeral service. Bongiwe.
Sure, Pimani, quite a heartbroken sister there. You can even hear just from how her voice is just breaking as far as the passing of her brother is concerned. Thank you so much for bringing us that very latest there, Pimani. Appreciate it. Pimani Baloyi, they're live for us there at the Sebogodi homestead. And as you heard from the sister, the funeral at Jack Borders Hall starts at 7 o'clock. And we as the SABC, of course, are going to keep you covered on that front as well. So do stay with SABC News.